All right, welcome back, folks. So happy you're here with me today on today's video. Today's video, as you saw in the title, is all about why I moved back to Oklahoma when I got out of the Navy. So if you're getting ready to get out of the military, whether that's Navy, Marines, Air Force, or the Army, hey, maybe Oklahoma might be a place you want to check into. And this video might be able to give you a little bit of info on why you might want to check into Oklahoma when you get out of the military. So that's what we're going to talk about. Before we talk about that, I want to thank you once again for stopping by and enjoying today's video. This channel is all about moving to and living within Oklahoma and the Oklahoma City metro area, all the towns and cities all around the Oklahoma City metro area. So if that's something that you want to learn more about, consider hitting that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you stay up to date on all of my newest videos. Please do not forget to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. The agents that I work with, XP Realty and I, are absolutely here to earn your real estate business. When you're relocating to, moving to, and moving within the state of Oklahoma, do not call anyone else. Give us a call. That's what we do. We're helping other people just like you with their relocation to, and move within Oklahoma, and we'd love to help you too. So, now, let's get into today's video, the reasons that I moved back to Oklahoma when I got out of the military. Number one is absolutely the cost of living. The cost of living. Out of all the states I was looking at, I was getting out of the military. Out of all the states I was looking at, I was getting out of the military in Washington, the state of Washington, up in the northeast west. Ha! The northwest part of the United States. And it was expensive to live there. It was absolutely expensive to live there. And the GI Bill at the time paid me $1,900 and a little bit of change per month. $1,900 a month. That was a lot of money when I got out of the military a little over 23 years ago. Wow, time flies. 21 years ago. Wow, time flies. When I compared the state of Washington to the state of Oklahoma, it was a no-brainer, especially being able to live on the GI Bill. At that time, when I got out of the Navy 21 years ago, I was able to live comfortably off of the GI Bill. It was such an amazing deal. That was the best investment that I invested while I was in the military, because they had a little option to bump the GI Bill to get more money from it, and I selected that option. Great idea. Great idea to do that. So when you're looking at different stats on Oklahoma, the Oklahoma City metro area, you're looking at housing costs annually around $6,000. Of course, depending on what size of house you buy. Healthcare costs annually around $6,000. Gas, energy, goods, I would double that because we've got Bidenflation or whatever that's called. That is super expensive right now. And then food and beverage, that I would definitely bump that too. It takes my family, 3 little kiddos, my wife and I, we're probably spending $1,000 to $1,200 a month just on food, just FYI. And every time we fill up our Yukon, it is practically $100 bill. So we're spending at least $100 a week just on the family vehicle. And then my car is amazing. I love it. It's a little awesome 36 miles to the gallon car, and I probably only spend, I'm going to say $50 a week on that, even with all the driving that I do as a real estate agent. So cost of living was my number one reason for moving back to Oklahoma when I got out of the military. Reason number two that I moved back to Oklahoma when I got out of the military was I knew it wasn't as populated as Washington. Everywhere I drove in Washington, people were always riding my rear. And everywhere I drove in Washington, this was 21 years ago, there were people everywhere. There were absolutely people everywhere. In Oklahoma, you could be driving down a highway out of town somewhere, and you might be the only one on the highway. You've got both lanes to yourself when you're driving on the highway. The population is way less in Oklahoma than it was in the other state that I was currently in, Washington. So I definitely wanted to move back for the smaller population because I just like having my space. I like having my space. I like being able to see the stars at night. You know, when you're not in the city, when you're not in Oklahoma City, when you're not in Midwest City, when you're not in Edmond, when you're not in Norman, you can see the stars at night when you look up, folks. It's amazing. It is not crazy populated. So that was another reason that I wanted to move back to Oklahoma when I got out of the military, was less population. I was done being with people. I was on an aircraft carrier. There were people always around me at that time. I was done. I wanted my space. Reason number 3 that I moved back to Oklahoma. The cost of education is super affordable in Oklahoma, especially when I got out of the military. It was super affordable. Like I said, folks, I was able to get grants and scholarships and then still live off of only $1,900 a month off my GI Bill. That was mind-blowing. That is so affordable. And the cost of education, we have 2 different types of education, 2 different general types of education in the state of Oklahoma. We have career technology centers, and then straight from their website, Oklahoma's network of 29 technology centers on 59 campuses serves high school and adult learners with specialized career training in more than 90 instructional areas. Now, I would focus, if you go to one of the VOTEX, vocational technical schools, I would focus on plumbing, heat and air, or electrician. I believe it's called plumbing, mechanical, or electrical. I would focus on one of those. And the reason I focus on one of those is those jobs can't be outsourced. Those jobs can't be replaced by a robot. Those jobs can't be replaced by AI. You go into one of those 3 trades, plumbing, mechanical, or electrical, you're going to be set. If you do a double, because they got double courses too, where you could do electrical and mechanical, or you could do electrical and plumbing. If you go into one of those courses too, you'd absolutely be set. So the education opportunities are awesome here in Oklahoma. Going back to their write-up, technology center students are able to earn highly affordable and transferable college credits. If it's a college and mini career, I wouldn't worry about that. If you go get one of those jobs, you'll be good. You'll be good. There's also unions in Oklahoma too, where you can work for the linemen's union. You can work for the plumbing and pipe fitters union, where they send you to school to learn all this stuff. You get paid at work, and then they pay for your school. So that's awesome too. Verify all that, of course, on your own. At the time of this video, those programs were available. And then also universities, looking at collegetuitioncompare.com, collegetuitioncompare.com, the average tuition and fees for the state of Oklahoma is $4,700. The cost per credit hour is $166. Books and supplies is around $1,631 a semester. I would double check some of these costs, guys. The reason I say that is those books are expensive. And then the living cost on campus on average is $7,900. Off campus is $8,725. So double check that too. Of course, if you rent a home or buy a home, those costs will be different. But the affordability of education and the availability of education too, there's technology centers throughout all the counties, folks. Real easy to go to those technology centers. And then the colleges and the universities, they're very centrally located also. So easy access to education, and the cost of education was super low and affordable. Like I said, I was living off the GI Bill when I got out of the military and went to school. And then also I had in-state tuition. Full disclosure, I had in-state tuition because I was an Oklahoma resident. So then going on to the next thing. Okay, reason number 4 that I moved back to Oklahoma when I got out of the military was it's Oklahoma. It's Oklahoma, folks. It's just cool. It is just cool. There's so much stuff here. We've got buffalo. We've got scissor-tail fly catchers. We've got windmills. We've got oil pumps. It is a cool state. It's pretty darn flat, too. So it's really cool state. Here's some cool facts about Oklahoma from the Daily Oklahoman. If I point this way, it doesn't point right. If I point this way, it does point right. Here's some cool facts about the Daily Oklahoman that I looked up real quick. The state has 34 major reservoirs. I believe that's talking about water. There's 33.9 million acres of farmland. What I'm talking about, looking at the stars at night, there's 33.7 million acres of farmland. The water is used for irrigation more than anything here in Oklahoma. About 60% of the Oklahoma surface water is used for drinking water. How crazy is that? All those reservoirs like Lake Hefner, every lake, I think, Overholser, all those are used for drinking water. What is that other one? Draper Lake? Yeah, they're all used for drinking water. That's true. And Oklahoma has about 11,611 miles of shoreline, more than a combined total non-tidal coast of the Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico because of all the farms, ponds, the creeks, etc., etc. Lots and lots of coast. It's just a cool state. reason number 4 that I moved back to Oklahoma, it was a cool state. And I was living in Washington. I chose Oklahoma over Washington. And Washington's a pretty cool state too, guys. And then the last reason that I went ahead and moved back to Oklahoma when I got out of the military, which a lot of you could probably relate to, is my family was here at the time. My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my grandparents, they all lived here. So why wouldn't I come back to Oklahoma, start my new life after I got out of the military as a civilian here around family? And the population, I talked about it being low population earlier. The population that is here, we all feel like family. It's just a great place to be. I'm really biased. Don't get me wrong. I'm really biased. I still live in Oklahoma. I run a business in Oklahoma. The group of agents that I work with at eXp Realty, we all live in Oklahoma. So, of course, I'm biased to Oklahoma. But it's a great state, folks. Definitely a great state. Some benefits for veterans that you're going to want to check out, especially those of you that are retiring with disabilities. You definitely want to check out this website. Let me pull it up right here. Okay, this site right here, I want to point out to you guys, oklahoma.gov/veterans/benefits, and then you'll call the Muskogee office too and get plugged in with them and start working with them and getting all this set up. But you've got tons of benefits. Let's go over here. You've got hunting and fishing benefits, and then you've also got no real estate taxes if you're a 100% disabled veteran. It's not going to show me all the info that it used to show me. But basically, I believe if you're 100% disabled, you do get a free hunting and fishing license, and then also you get your real estate taxes waived. So those are two great things that Oklahoma does provide for disabled veterans. And of course, these are two places that you can call and reach out to get more information on that. At the time of this video, that stuff was correct. Always verify, verify, verify. All right, guys. That's the video. I really hope you enjoyed the reason why I moved to Oklahoma when I got out of the military and why Oklahoma is where I have been settled for the last 21 years. When I say it out loud, it sounds like a long time. Guys, I really appreciate you enjoying this video with me. If you found some value in it or if you have questions, comment down below. If you found value in the video, give it a big thumbs up. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and enjoying today's video. This channel is all about moving to and living within the Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City metro area, all the towns and cities around Oklahoma City. If you want to learn more about that, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date on all my new videos, and check out the playlist on all the different towns and areas of Oklahoma down below too. Don't forget to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. The agents that I work with, eXp Realty and I, we're absolutely here to earn your real estate business when you're relocating to, moving to, and moving within the state of Oklahoma. And don't forget, you got to reach out to us. Don't click on those weird links on those weird websites. Reach out to us. We're weekly helping other customers just like you with their relocations, and we'd love to help you with your relocation. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.